Hello, everybody. It's the second half of the first day. You're happy, right? Who is happy? Okay, so I actually have something like a case study, so it's more fun than just theory, and it's about globalization. Who knows what globalization is? Can you give a definition? No, it's too complicated. I will not make you give me the definition. Okay, what are we going to talk about today is three things, very simple. What it is, what globalization is, how to measure it, and do we really need to measure it, and why? Okay, another question. Who works with global brands? Clients with global brands? They work for global companies? Most of us. Okay, great. So that's relevant for you then. Good news. No news, however, is that we live in a global village, right? And we're close to each other as never before. I was born in Russia, I'm here in US, I traveled to Australia a couple of weeks ago to speak, so it's just like the whole world is one place. But there are some difficulties. Who is this on this picture? Do you recognize? No? It's actually me. It's me with my boyfriend. I'm Russian, and he's Canadian. We love each other. Everything is great, but we still have some cultural differences and cultural conflicts, right? For example, he wants a Canadian wedding, and I want a Russian wedding. Joke, it doesn't look like that. It's pretty much like Canadian. But the truth is that when globalization became a fact, Marshall McLuhan, we Canadians are very proud of, never proclaimed unification as a trait of globalization. In the contrary, it was all about diversity and division, but marketers never listen. They never read philosophical books, right? We all know. And they come up with the concept of economy of simplicity, meaning that let's just create the same package, the same tagline, the same advertising, launch it globally, and we will save money, right? So we ended up with global brands, meaning that the positioning should be the same, advertising should be the same, personality, look, feel, everything should be the same across countries. This is what the global brand is. And it reminds me of the video, Where the Hell is Matt? Have you seen this on YouTube? Very popular video, millions of views. Who didn't see it, you will see it now. I really love this dance. I wish I could dance for you, but I think IXDS will never invite me to the conference again if I start dancing that. So you got the idea, right? Like, it's great to travel, it's great to be everywhere, but it's different when you are surrounded by locals, when you're really sharing the passion. This is how we want all our brands feel when they're in local markets. Having fun, being loved, dancing the same dance. However, it's not that easy because we know that brand is a very complicated thing. It's a network of this emotional connection in consumers' mind. It's something magical which they feel and think about the brand. It's not that easy just to say, you know what, I'm local and I want to be in your mind as your good friend. So that's how brands started to realize that it's a little bit complicated what's going on out there in the global world. We'll need to become glocalized. And by glocalization, we mean is the way in which ideas and structures that circulate globally are adapted and changed by local realities. So the idea is that if McDonald's comes to Russia, it will be very different from McDonald's coming to Saudi Arabia, let's say. we're different. We need to adapt to local cultures. So we in Fresh Intelligence decided we need to help our brands to feel localized in local market and be happy brands and be accepted. So we decided to really get into that and develop this model which helps us to localize brands. So the first question you want to ask is, do you really know what consumers value? And we've heard a lot today in the conference about the mobile data, about crowdsourcing. So we decided to use just that, crowdsourcing using mobile data. And we asked our respondents to submit through their smartphones and through their tablets what they think their societies, their cultures value. What are the main values? This is what we got.
你好，我的名字叫葛玲丽，我来自中国，家庭和睦、生活质量、传统文化以及国家未来的发展。
What our Chinese value the most are family and the future of our next generation.
Из России. Душа. Нигде не найдете вы такой большой, широкой, гостеприимной души.
And in Russia, we value the most family, our long-standing traditions.
I'm an American, born in the United States, and we value life, individual liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
And I'm from New York. I think American values are patriotism, democracy.
In Canada, we value well-being and health.
I think as Canadians, we value sort of friendship and camaraderie and get along with each other.
I think as Canadians, the one thing that we value more than anything else is integrity.
Oi, meu nome é Regis, eu sou brasileiro e aqui no Brasil a gente gosta de sair e se divertir com nossos amigos.
My name is Juliana, I'm from Brazil, and in Brazil we value friendship, we value each other's companies.
I'm from South Africa, and I value in South Africa the beaches.
I live in South Africa. The food is nice, the weather is nice, everything is nice here.
I'm an Australian. Australians value traveling. Australians value meeting.
As Australian, I actually really do like to spend time outside. I like to treat other people as equals as well. We're appreciated and liked overseas. It's because we do like to travel and we like to meet people and talk to them as equals, and we like to treat them that way.
So we look at, I'm just showing you a little piece of it. Obviously, I had hours of this. And I was like, holy moly, what am I going to do with all that? And poor brands, poor my clients. Every country, Australians like travel, they value, this value friendship, this value health and integrity. Is so many different things. So we calmed down, we're researchers, we need to stay cool. So we analyzed all that, and we decided to validate all that. So we recruited 3,000 respondents from 6 different cultures. We looked at 10 different brands. And from all the information which we got from this mobile ethnography first phase, and also we read some books, we come up with 22 unique values, which we decided to validate the importance of these values. So the brands we looked at, we just looked at top 100 strongest brands from Miller Brown scores, and we just got Colgate, Nike, Adidas, McDonald's, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, so different brands from different categories. And in terms of countries, we chose 3 very fast developing countries, Russia, China, and Brazil. And we chose very developed and solid countries like Canada, USA, Australia, and some of them have thousands of years of traditions and culture development like China and Russia, some are very new, like Australia and Canada. So it was a good mix. And we took these 22 values. They were covering things like nature-related values, family-related, just innovation, creativity, success, inner peace, safety, different things. And the first question, we started to analyze, do countries have actually different local values? And we've heard that, you know what, actually the certain things are the same. No matter where you are, you want to be safe. But certain things are different. Let's say being physically beautiful and attractive to the opposite sex. Which country do you think values this the most? Brazil, what else? Huh? Russia, yes. Okay, let's see. 75% Russians, I'm showing you top 3. Brazil, correct, and 81% China. And if we look at the ranking, actually US, Canada, and Australia will be on the back, right? And when we look through these values, we had amazing things there. So the next question is, how do local values really affect brands? So we look at the local brand perception and local cultures values, how they were reported by our respondents. We developed, by correlating these two, we developed localization score. And then we looked at brand usage and brand loyalty to calculate the brand strength. The idea was that the higher the localization score, the higher should be your brand strength. Let's look at Canada. Let's look at Colgate, let's say. So Canadians, on the left side, what's very important for them is safety, responsibility, being hardworking. What is not so important, experience sensuality, physical beauty, being rich, prestigious. Then we look at the Colgate. Doesn't line up 100%, but it's kind of nice. What's important for Canadians kind of correlates with importance for Colgate. And then we look at the brand like Nike, and we see that it's all over the place, right? So safety is not projected by Nike, but it's very important for Canadian. Think something like being challenged is not important to Canadians, but it's really pushed by Nike. So obviously, based on that, based on this analysis, we can identify quickly that Nike has an opportunity to be better localized, and we can develop the kind of some recommendations on what to keep, what to develop, what to acquire in order to be more localized in Canadian market. Does it really matter? So we looked at all our brands across different countries, and we saw that global localization index actually correlates with strength at a very high level, 0.75. Anybody from Ipsos SI here? Oh, hi. So Ipsos has a beautiful model, which is brand equity. And that's claimed to be correlated to product performance at 0.74. So we're even higher. We're 0.75. So what does it really mean? It means that localization is responsible for 55% of global brand success variation in your market. So it's pretty important then. So I will wrap up quickly. So key findings, globalization doesn't mean unification. We really need to study what people value on local markets. No matter what your brand target is, the overall national values really matter. And localization score is ready-to-use model, which quickly can help you to understand if you're localized in the market where you want to act, and if you're not and you have some challenges, how can you make it better? That's about it. Thank you.
Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to have to do as a Canadian now that we've ranked high for safe and low for sex.